Hello guys, welcome to today's episode of the New Breed Pod. I am your host, my name is Lisa Akuna, and with me here I have lovely and beautiful ladies, women who have like 30 years experience in marriage, 20 years, 10 years, 3 years. And today we have a juicy topic. Our topic today, oh, you don't want to miss out. And again, if this is your first time of tuning into our YouTube channel, please do well to like our videos, subscribe, and also share our videos. And also hit on the notification bell to always get notified of all our videos. So right now, I will be introducing, or no, I will give them the honor to introduce themselves. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Oluwafemi Okonlawo.
My name is Abiodun Shueton.
My name is Adedolapo Williams.
And my name is Deborah Onoshire.
And I'm Aderoke Agubiadi.
Guys, did you realize that they just named themselves? They didn't tell us their title. Like, I want you to do it again. Please, tell us your title.
Okay, I am Miss Oluwafemi Okonlawo.
Well, I'm Mrs. Abiodun Shueton.
I am Mrs. Adedolapo Williams.
And I am Mrs. Deborah Onoshire.
And I'm Mrs. Aderoke Agubiadi.
Yes, you're all welcome to today's episode. And today we have a very juicy topic. The topic before us is, what do women want? We always hear men talk about it. They're like, what do women want? What do women want? Or what do women bring to the table? So now we want to hear from our women. They will be telling us what women really want from the society, from marriages, from their environment and all of that. So now I throw the question to you. What do women really want?
Okay, well, as a single lady, what do we want from the society first? First of all, we want equality. Okay, over the past of traditionally, we see that women don't, we are not given that equal recognition in society, okay? Some people think we are the weaker vessel. I'm not saying we are actually the same. We are different. Biologically, we are actually different. We are here to complement each other. But there's some things that a man can do, a woman can also do. And give us the space, give us the room to do that. That's one. In terms of marriage, I think every woman wants a responsible husband. I need my man to be responsible. If I need something from a man, I need him to be responsible. You should have that high sense of responsibility, caring and kind. Caring, kind, and responsible. Speaking as a single lady, that's what I want from a man.
Yeah, I think women want a man that have trust in them, someone that can believe in them, and as the world at large, a woman wants somebody that, someone that when you say something, they believe that they don't look down on you. They believe in what is in you. I think some women want that,
Yeah. I hope we are jotting things down. Yes, please.
All right. So, for me, I believe. Okay, maybe I'll speak for myself. Okay, so in society, I think I want or women generally like inclusiveness. Let's take, for instance, in different parastatals in our society, like. Okay, let's talk about Nigerian household, right? Yeah. Have you ever been to a Nigerian kitchen and seen how it's been designed? It's actually not, they don't actually take like advice from a woman before they build the kitchen. And you see that it has small, so women actually need inclusiveness. So that's what I think we need. And for marriage, I think women naturally, we're talkers. We just want someone to listen to us and someone to understand us. As most people, she was talking about being a weaker vessel, which I would term as being very emotional. So we like our men, or yes, in marriage, to listen to us and to understand us. Yeah. Thank you.
You see that the women are wanting and wanting and wanting. And that's what even, I listened to a podcast, I listened to one of our podcasts, and the men were saying that the women, they appreciate them too much. So do you think it's too overemphasized, the way we appreciate women? Like now, everybody's saying what we want. And I know the men will watch it and they'll be like, but we are doing all of these things. Like we do it, you people take too much. In a year, Mother's Day, you have like 6 of them. So Do you think it's overemphasized?
Well, I will not say it's overemphasized. The reason why you're celebrating more women now, or women are having more celebrations, is because let's be realistic, please. We just how many men are responsible? Let us be realistic. Let's be realistic. We are saying no, 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 no. A lot of us are brought up from single parent, and we see the women most times the man figure are actually not available. I can count so many marriages. Okay, I'm so sorry to say this. I know of some marriages where the women are just enjoying, the men are just figureheads. I know so many marriages. I'm speaking with facts. I cannot just present the evidence, but believe me, evidence is plenty. The men are there, but the woman is the one paying for her children's school fees to the university level. This person went to as high as law school. This person, the man, the father is just there. Let's bring this. The other, I was listening to that same podcast too, when the man was like, bring the idea, bring the idea. I'm so sorry to use the example because it's online. I have a family, okay? This woman is the one working tooth and nail for the family, and the man is still there, just spending the money. And when the woman even has the money, the man actually like, okay, it's because you have money, that's why you are talking like this. Okay, let's do this. The woman is actually the one bringing the vision, sharing with the husband. The husband is the one dragging it down. So what do you want to say about that? And you guys are saying we keep appreciating the women because we can see that the women are actually working.
Okay, let me
So
hear
let
from
me give
Sister
the others
Debbie.
opportunity.
Okay, so you've had two questions. Is that the
Yes,
first one you want me to
yeah.
answer? Okay, what do women want? Me, I would say, okay, I would say this question is actually subjective. So from my own point of view, I would say women want, or I want a man that share the same values with me. So women want men that share the same values because just like what she said, if you don't share the same value with your man, there will be problems. Just like, the woman is walking her, the man is dragging her down. They have to be on the same page. So if you don't share the same value with your man, or if he doesn't share the same value with you, there will be problems in marriage, in your career. So you have to be on the same page.
So do you think they don't appreciate women, or they appreciate women too much?
You mean the men?
Yes. Or the society,
Society.
at large? Do you think they appreciate women too much?
Well, to me, I don't think so because anything they are doing for women, we deserve it. Because just like what she said, women are really going through so much. Out of, if you look around you, you see many women that are single mom. Yeah. You will not, basically like, out of 100% of men, let's say 20% of them are single father. And before you know it, they will just be looking for how to get married again. There are so many women that they've been single for like 30 years. I have a woman that she just like a mom to me. She lost her husband. I mean, like 20-something years ago, and she has not thought of even getting married. So there are so many women that are actually, they are single, and they are, they are trying. So I don't think they are, they are appreciating them so much. I mean, they deserve it. We deserve it. We deserve
Yes, we deserve it. So,
Okay,
yeah,
so,
yeah.
I had a conference with the women in my church. We're talking about godly women, and read the Bible passage from Proverbs 31. And from the beginning of that verse to the end of that verse, a woman can do this. A woman should be able to do this, take care of her family, and also provide. Like the women, they do the chores at home, they take care of the children, and they also work. Men like this, after they've gone to work, get tired and they just come home to relax. Like so, people are where men are complaining that they give women too much credit. No, the society, the women in the society deserve more
Credit.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. So this leads us to our next question. Do you think submission is overemphasized in this our present age? Do you think submission is overemphasized?
Let's be married.
Well, I will not say that, because when we are talking, we should not forget that we are talking as a believer. Yeah, because whatever we do as a believer should bring a change to the world, to our society. So if the Bible says you should submit, That's the book we are looking onto. Submission does not make you useless in the home as a wife, as a mother. Submit. When you submit, your husband will reciprocate. And if it is not, because before you get married to any man, you should have studied and know the type of person you are getting married to. During your courtship, whatever you notice then, it's a green light or red light, giving you a flag that maybe you should continue or not. And once you get married to that person, obviously you know that things will work together for you. So when you are submitting, does not make you useless, does not remove anything from you. He is the head of the family. You had an helpmate. So if he's doing his own as a wife, you do your part. So that is it.
Okay.
Just let us follow the word of God. Okay. And don't let us drag it stuff.
So I wouldn't say it's overemphasized really. Like Mommy rightly said, the word of God said submit. And one school of thought I would like to agree with will be that, the Bible said men love your wife. For women, it's easy to love. So that's why the instruction was not given to us to love. But submission was given to us because he knows that we might actually have a problem, submitting. So when the Bible says submit, it knows that the word of God knows that we women naturally we not maybe have that tendency to, but we have to put ourselves in that situation where we need to submit. You understand? It's like sometimes even self-control, patience, all of these other virtues are hard to actually, abide by, right? So I think it's not overemphasized. I think it's actually very necessary. And we also need to factor, the psychological differences of man and woman. If you read the book by John Gray, men are from Mars and women are from Venus. It also helps differentiate, how we think and how we communicate as well.
But would you agree with me that this present age now, we don't have responsible men that we can submit to? So if we have irresponsible men around, do you advise the women to just submit?
No, why would you?
There are so many these days.
Yes, they are very.
Yes,
it's right. But one thing that differentiates us as believers, I saw an example because it didn't happen to me, whereby, well, I won't say irresponsible. The man was not taking the right decisions, right? But the woman action in terms of submission, respect, even regardless of what the man was doing, actually changed the man, right? So I think it comes to the place of, even you as a woman, the place of prayer, the place of the Holy Spirit. And, see, there's nothing prayer cannot do. Right. So sometimes, irresponsible men may not start even while you were courting. He might be responsible, but life challenges happen. Maybe he lost everything and, the dynamics change. So, but for us, what did the Bible say? Submit still. It happens to be that, sometimes, you and your husband are trying to agree on something. And you know that this thing is wrong if we go through. But your husband will say we must do it. Sometimes you just have to shut up and do it and let him realize that,
But please, not as a question. Okay. The question is, we are talking about submission because as far as I know from the book of Ephesians, I think chapter 5 now, it's talking about men love your wife, women submit, right? Now, the question is, what is in this submission that we are talking about? I mean, I want to know what is in the submission that is actually very difficult, right? Yes. What is in the submission? I mean, what is in love? Love. L-O-V-E. Love. Love your wife, right? Okay, now let's talk about submission. What is inside that submission? I mean, let's narrow it down. What is in that submission that is actually difficult? That it shouldn't be something we should talk about, because if we cannot talk about men loving your wife, you have to love your wife. Then what is in that submission that we are always talking about? That it's not difficult to submit, right? Okay, maybe because I'm newly married. So.
Because why is it's difficult for a lot of us to submit? Because right now, compared to the passages where women were not given a lot of opportunities, right now women are learned.
Yes,
we know things as well as
exactly.
the men. So you're like, I have a master's, you have a master's, we do this, what you have, what you have, I have, what you can do, I can do. So in that case, how will you now be able to let that person that you guys are practically, in terms of opportunities, leverage, you are the same thing, and you're not letting that person make decision on your behalf. It's somewhat difficult, right? It's like you're in an office space, you guys are on the same level in the office, and you have to submit to someone that is on your same level. You'll be like, you my oga, you understand? So it's the same thing. So I think that's where
that's why I still say, sorry for cutting you short, that still go back to their values.
Okay, and I want to add again. I want to add on like what are we actually submitting? What are we submitting?
So submission is respect.
Submission, respect.
It's respect. Okay, because I have this there's this family I know. The woman actually earns, and the husband is like, okay, you need to be submitting your salary or your
Yes,
and he
so
was
I
supposed
know
to,
that
yes,
one.
you have to submit. Okay, so
What do you advise?
so what do you advise somebody in that situation? Now she earns everything, and some people they'll be like, oh, there are some, like you said, life happens. There are some families that maybe the husband, something went wrong, is responsible. Okay, there's something went wrong along the line. He lost the job. Then we see some women, they by themselves they are even submitting. Let me still use that same salary, and they submit the whole salary to the man to take care of everything. Why some maybe the man actually what's the word? Not just entitle, instruct them. You must. So how do we, which is because this is a two different situation of
It
submission.
also depends on the kind of person you're submitting. So, for instance, now you said one says the wife must like drop all the salary. The wife also has to think about, for instance, if she's someone that has children, she also has to think about her children. The person I'm giving all my earnings to,
Does he want
what is he
it?
going to use it for? Is he going to use it to take care of my children? Is he going to take care of us? If he's going to do that, then there's no reason why you shouldn't submit and give the whole salary to the man. Respect him and obey it. It might be a difficult decision, but it's what's. But also, if the man is someone else who spends money lavishly, drinking and all that, of course, when you wouldn't do that, no one is going to blame because you have your children to take care of.
So it depends on the situation. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any other thing to
No,
say?
because I read about this story on social media. The husband, the mother-in-law to the wife, there's this party she does every year. Okay, now I think we are all familiar with the story, and now this year maybe the husband has some issues with his at his place of work. Doesn't have the money to contribute. Just the way him and his other sisters they actually contribute for his mother's party. Now there is this the wife actually has been saving money for her own self for a develop or for a project, and the husband actually realized that this woman has this money for a particular reasonable project. Now he's demanding that she gives him this money for his mom's birthday party, and she's not being submissive because she's trying to refuse. What do we have to say about
I
that?
think in that kind of situation, from our perspective, I think the husband is someone who's not understanding. But fine, just to give him his respect, the best the woman can do at that point is just to contribute to that party. You can remove maybe from the savings she has, contribute out because she has respect for her mother-in-law and for the man, and keep whatever she has.
Sometimes it's also good to weigh the importance, And this leads us to the next one because, men and women, I'm sure we all agree that they don't think alike. Yes. So if a woman thinks smart and she provides the smart solution, do you think that she should submit to her husband's ideas most of the time?
I think there's a way to. Okay, sorry.
That's not fair.
That is not fair enough because in marriage, there should be a communication. And when you are communicating to each other, now, if my husband is thinking about something or something that can affect the family, and you think he can only take the decision on his own, I don't think that is fair enough. He also should ask for my own opinion as well, whether good or bad. Whatever I say, whatever decision you want to make then is left to him. But not communicating to me for the things of the family, even whatever that is going on. At times, if I'm going through anything or in my family, I table it to him. I don't just keep quiet because I don't want to say something that will backfire on me. So I want to hear his opinion concerning it. But most times, if he's going through something, it's not all the time he communicates it to me. You understand? And that brings me thinking that, does it mean that I've said something before that he asked for my opinion, but I have said something that is not making him to now coming back to me for an advice? But communication is very good. Whether good or bad, even together with the family, with the children, let's hear their opinions as well in some matters.
Yes, okay. So I just want to reference the Bible. That's why I just quickly said the story of Abigail. I don't know if we are very familiar with the story. So it's the story of submission and a story of wisdom. She was a wise woman. You see, her husband was doing gra, right? But she knew that if this, with her husband's decision, everybody, even herself, would die. Everybody would die. David would kill all of them. What she went to do is bow down, even behind her husband, disregarding, what her husband would say. You understand? So her husband, I would use, was stupid, right? But she was wise, and she went down and put her face on and told and apologized, even though her husband was. So I think there are some times as women we have to be wise, right? Yes, you are smart. I think Abigail was a smart woman as well. And your husband is not making that right decision. Of course, you pray for God to give you wisdom to actually know how to go about it. Definitely. Because sometimes, see, I believe, like we all agree, that we're meant to complement each other. The place of complementing comes when we actually stand up for our family in situations like this, when your husband is maybe the weak one, right? So I've understood that in marriage, there are some times where you'll be weak and your husband will be the stronger party. And there are some times you'll be the strong one. The ability to identify that time or that period is what makes us, a great wife, great woman. Yeah.
Nice. That's a good one. So now we are going to another question, which is, do you think men understand how to satisfy women sexually?
Okay.
To the married one, so mommy, you have over 30 years of experience. Yes.
No idea.
Men don't.
Mommy, just give a sign.
Yes.
Like this or like this.
Because they think they know how to satisfy women, but they don't know. It's not for you to just wake up and just want to meet your wife. There are so many things you will have to do not straight to a point. You understand? You have to go through so many things that will prepare that woman. Even by the time you want to come, even before you say it, she will be ready for you.
So men don't know that women have so many antennas in their body.
They do, but it's the men in them that they just think I'm the head, and once I say I want to come, you just have to.
Wow.
It doesn't work that way.
Wow. Okay. Hey. I'm newly married. Okay.
Please go ahead.
No,
That's
sorry.
tough. Mommy is the only one that's
Please,
siding
ma,
me here.
speak.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, so like what mommy said, she's right, because men, I mean, maybe the way God created them, they are logical beings. So they are not emotional beings, they are logical beings. They just want, even if we are, for example, I'm talking to my husband and he just wants straight to point. For example, maybe I wanted to tell him about my day. Do you know what happened today? That woman, do you remember that woman? He wanted to, she was just talking. She just told me, okay, what now happened now? What now happened? Just go straight to God. I said, that's how God created them. So even with the way they act, the way they talk, even sexually, they also want to bring it to the other room. They just want to go straight to the point. There are so many ways to explore. I think you just explore and just, and that is where communication comes in. They don't know. You have to talk.
They think communication is just in other activities. Also sexually, you're supposed to communicate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do it like this. Let's enjoy it like this. This thing forever. They can do it maybe for the first week. After that,
They're forgotten about it. Yeah.
Come back, Miss.
Are you hearing? Man.
And to be
Wow.
honest with you, sometimes it's annoying. Like, I've told you this.
Do they even think about you?
Mommy,
They just want to, I feel like they just want to satisfy themselves. Sometimes they just want to satisfy themselves and just come and that's what mom is and that's it.
So do you have any advice for them?
Okay, so from what you have said, I'm not saying anything. I am not adding. I am not removing. I'm just trying to understand. So, are you saying men are actually selfish in the other room?
Sometimes they don't know it.
Sometimes
They don't know it.
So you have to come.
Yeah.
From my own perspective, you see them as being selfish. They don't know they are selfish, but that's just.
Well, to me, I will not say they
don't
are
do it on
actually.
purpose.
I won't say they are selfish. I mean, like, I feel like if you continue to talk to them, it depends on the. I mean, it also depends on the kind of man you are dealing with. I mean, I feel like if you continue to talk to them, tell them, okay, this is what I want you to do. You know, I want you to touch this place. I want you to touch this place. I mean, like, with time, they are going to get used to it. Like, it's going to come to their subconscious. Like, oh, I remember when my wife said last time that she wants me to touch my edge. Something like that. I feel like.
I understand where you're coming from, but they might do that for a while.
I feel like we are talking from experience.
It's not something that will happen every time.
Have you
One thing about this man is that when they're in the mood, they just want to get over it.
Right.
We love to enjoy it. Okay, I want to feel it.
You'll be quiet.
Not just I want to
Stadolapo, yes.
I think when they are making love, it's different from when they are releasing tension. I don't know.
Yes. So,
Right?
Yeah, I think I agree with everything they've said. You know, yes, I 100% agree. Men most times they just want to, relieve stress and that's it. And you see that some people say some men, okay, I'm going to another direction. Some men will cheat without emotions because typically they just want to release. It's not because they love that person. It's very difficult for a woman to actually have sex with someone that they don't love. Right. So it's I think it's just there are differences, right? So the only way it helps is, communicate. But sometimes when you communicate, they might still not do it, but you love them anyways. You still have to live with it. Yes.
Thank you for saying that. This leads to our next question. Do women cheat?
Of course, yes, women cheat.
Okay.
Definitely.
I want to ask a question. Is it okay for a married woman to receive gifts from an old flame?
That means an ex, right?
An ex, yes. Is it okay?
Okay, so I'll say no. I'll say, why are you receiving gift from your ex? That's the first thing. The person is an ex for a reason, right? So, and you just don't want to rekindle any emotions whatsoever, because the reality is, even with your new man or your husband, you guys will have, conflict, and by the time you are entertaining the ex, the devil will just give the devil a channel to come in. So it's better you just avoid it. Pray for them so that they can find their wife and give that gift to their wife, not you. So I don't think
Okay.
it's right.
So
This is
there's
just
this
my opinion.
scenario of a lady who was getting married. On her wedding day, her ex came and sprayed money. And she was dancing. So what do you say about that?
I mean,
That occasion, the husband saw it.
But he didn't know.
the husband
He didn't know, yes, it's her ex.
Okay.
I mean, anybody
There's a
can
lot
come
of
to your
faulty
wedding.
foundation in.
Yeah, there are some women that prefer not to even tell their husbands at all because, really, okay.
So can I answer this question?
Okay.
Okay, from what Stadolapo said, I would say yes and no.
Okay.
From your question, yes and no. Why? If you want to receive gifts from your ex or exes, you should inform your husband, like, okay, I dated this guy, 2005, 2006, and sometimes we talk, sometimes, we see, maybe we see sometimes. Let your husband knows. Just like a woman, a man is not advisable for a man to keep any female around him. So you have to talk to your husband, because something happened to me when I was in school. There's this particular lecturer that I was close to. He was married with kids. Then I discovered that we always together. We read together. He was also doing his PhD. We always together. Every time we always together. And naturally, either we like it or not, this thing I'm about to say is true. Whether we like it or not, if you're going out with a man, or you are seeing a man, maybe at work, the tendency that you're going to fall in love with that man is 99%. You are going out with a man, maybe the person is your friend. The tendency that you're going to, the man might actually not fall in love with you, but as a woman, because we are emotional, so the tendency that he's going to fall in love with you is 99%. So what I did was this. I discovered that the lecturer is very fine. I was like, I like this, my lecturer. So what I did was I got close to his wife. On my birthday, I went to his house. I took cake, half of the cake, I took it to his wife. Ma, yes, I've been talking, I've been hearing about you. Yes, this is me, ma. And with that, it stopped. In fact, at the point, when I was about to finish my school, I went for my NYC, I stopped talking to him. It was later when I came back, it was like, it's been long, I've not been seeing you. She saw me on the road, I'll not be saying, I'm sorry, ma, I've just been busy with life. So I feel like you're going to talk to your, that's why there's communication. If you don't want to communicate with your spouse, then there's no need to get married, there's no need to be in a relationship.
What about some men that consider it cheating? When you
Like,
Let me just tell you the bitter truth about this thing. Men have their pride. They will not tell you no not to collect it. They won't tell you don't collect gifts because they might feel like you're seeing them as someone who's being jealous. But something, their reaction all over them, they don't collect that thing. They don't say it with their mouth because men are jealous beings. They're just jealous because it's like an insult to them when you collect a gift from an ex. So it's just go to God, pray to God. God, if you need this gift, God, let my man be able to provide this gift for me. Don't collect it, but just give him for the devil to just penetrate into your marriage.
There's another scenario. There's another scenario. This lady, she's married. Her husband is not in the city. He works in another city. So he comes most times during the weekend, and they have a child, 6 years old. So her ex, a long time ago, saw her. He's still single, saw the child, and he was so excited. He was like, wow, you have a smart kid. And the next time they saw, he bought an iPad for the child. So the child is always saying, uncle this. But she didn't want to tell her husband because she knew the kind of person her husband is. But when he came back, he found out through his child that, one uncle bought an iPad. So he's considering that cheating.
yes. That's because she didn't inform her husband.
Because she knew the kind of person she got married to.
Well, I have a differing opinion. No, I don't think according to the storyline, she didn't have anything intimate. It was just that, okay, an old friend, ex, saw I was in the mall, perhaps Mamara Mall, and I was even in an Apple store, and you saw my son was pointing to Apple, and like, okay, it's good to see your son is smart. Let me buy it for you. He insisted. Of course, he's not cheating. So now, no, okay, wait, okay, please let me land. So she understands who her husband is, So I think it was more of it's just out of fear, and you know that your son also, you love your son, you still don't want to offend your husband, and you genuinely know you're not cheating with this man, right? So the good thing is God made everything clear to the husband. So as a responsible woman, you just come out and say, genuinely, I was scared because I know how you react. Trust me, God would actually soften his heart. Let's not remove the place of God. God will soften his heart, in as much as genuinely she doesn't have anything to do with her ex. It was very an innocent gifting to the child. So I wouldn't consider, scenarios like this can happen, but not in the case whereby, you guys are seeing going on dates, is buying you gifts, collecting gifts. That's absolute cheating.
That's cheating.
That's my own opinion.
Well, to me,
You want to object to that?
Yeah, because what wisdom will not do,
Yeah.
prayer will do. And what prayer will not do, wisdom will do. Because she was aware. Okay, you know the kind of husband you are. Instead of now this long talk, after the man has already known that, okay, somebody, which was one of the exes that got an iPad for their son, instead of this long talk, okay, why did you tell me? You could have just called the man. Okay, I remember, something like that. You understand what I'm trying to say? Instead of, this now long talk, because the man was just like, so why did you tell me? Okay, you are trying to hide something, you are trying to do this. It would have saved that from all this long talk. You can even snap, okay, you can even do a video call. This is where I am. You can even record to avoid, because men, that's
You know that some men are very difficult to understand. See,
Even if it's not your ex,
even if be in their mind.
This question is subjective.
It's subjective, really, because
It's
some men,
subjective, that's my
I have friends that their husbands are just, I don't know, very difficult to rigid to relate with. They just want to buy something, they want to make a decision, like even trying to get a job for themselves. They don't know how to explain it to the husband, because the husband has the opinion of them not working, they will provide everything, and they got scholarship, or they got this beautiful job offer, and the husband is not living in the same city, and they are already currently working the job, because I have to move ahead in my career, right? And the husband now eventually finds out, what you will do is just tell him, because I was scared. So some people have husbands. I'm just saying, well, this scenario could be different, from different angle. It could be, so, well, we're just trying to create other scenarios around this same scenario. So it depends on the kind of husband. If there is a man that is just very rigid, is not understanding, there's a likelihood that even if I was his wife, I might not tell him because I'll either be scared and I already know that this one will just make problem from nothing. So why would I even if he finds out, we shall face it, we put head and rugged it. So that's what I think about it.
Guys, I hope you are listening. Like, if you have comments, feel free to drop your comments and we're going to read it out. And then if you have your own opinions, you can feel free to comment on it. I hope you're enjoying this session. Well, our next question is going to be a personal question, like from each of you. I want to ask you, when it comes to household chores, how should it be done in your household? Maybe it's different in mommy's house, different from yours. So how should it be done? I'm not asking you, Femi, because you're single. Yes. So, mommy, how should it be done?
Well, the way we do things in my own house is like, I think the cooking, the kitchen, is for me. Okay. Now, every Saturdays or whenever my husband does not go to work or go out, he always do the general cleaning, want to do this, want to do that. So he does not wait for, it is your turn, you have to. Once he starts, definitely everybody, even if you are not doing anything, you want to find something to do. So that is how it works in our place. Even at times my husband do the cooking, I can say, I'm tired of tasting my own soup. I want you to help us cook this. He will do it.
Wow. Yeah. So, mommy, has it been like that from the beginning of your marriage?
Yes.
Wow.
So wow. It's so easy. It's not something that is counted to be a big deal.
Oh. So, Mrs. Dolapo, how about you?
Yeah, so I think it's relatively mommy actually. I do most of the washing. I don't know, I like dishwashing. My husband is very hands-on with the laundry. I think since we've got married, I can't remember when I did laundry, especially when we got the washing machine, we're using washing. I've done laundry. I don't even really know how to operate our washing machine, literally. So to tell you that is something he does, but I do the dishes, I do the cooking, of course, tending to the children or child. I have one child. Amen. So one child. So I think it's just basically what you like doing. We just let you do. I don't really like dusting all this thing, but my husband is very good at it. He enjoys it, and he's a very organized person, better than me. So he does that, and so it's just basically just do what you know how to do best.
Okay, how about you?
Okay, for me, in my house, we basically just share it among ourselves. Like, sometimes my husband can even say, "Don't worry, I'm going to cook you one mad egg." Okay, and his mind has done the best.
Yeah.
And the following maybe a week later, like it's like, so in my mind, I thought I did the best. Like you say, this is better. So sometimes when they're like, "Don't worry, sit down. So let me make you one nice." International
wow, that's
so,
nice.
Sometimes he does that just in the kitchen, and sometimes he helps with chores at home. Like, let me help. You know what? I'll do it. Even if he's tired, he tries to make the house clean. We do it together.
There was something I read on social media. A woman said, "Oh, please help me thank my husband. Though he did the dishes, he carried the baby, he looked after the baby, he cleaned the house today." And people were like, "Oh, thank you, sir, thank you, sir." And someone said, "Why are you thanking him for what he's supposed to do?" You understand? So this chores should be, I agree that it should be splitted, or there should be a communication, like an agreement on what to do. Do you have anything to say, Mrs. Onoshiri?
About that? Well, actually, for me, the way I was brought up is my mom that does everything. So, and now, it's not my husband cannot do it. Even on his own, he does everything. He can even, in fact, I think there was a time where I carried dairy. And I wanted to change our pamper. I didn't know how to change it. It was one that changed it for me. And there was a time to stroll. I didn't know how to operate. It was one that did. So it's not like he doesn't know how to do it, but whenever he's around, I do everything myself. You know, he knows everything. He can do it. He doesn't have a problem with it. I mean, I do everything myself.
But for me, I feel some men, once they get married, they just feel, I've been doing this thing for years. Not that I'm married, like, it's time
to rest.
Enjoy all those time when they were cooking on their own and cleaning on their own. Like, now it's time for my wife to start work. just relax, which is not supposed to be.
I think it's just basically cultural appropriation, or how, when we see, like, Sister Debbie was saying that she saw her mother do everything. So in your head you feel like, okay, I have to do everything in my household. Even my mom will always say something, even with this washing machine thing, she'll be like, don't say it out that your husband using, like go and do it, go and do it. And I'm like, I don't even know how to operate it, in fact. So I think it's just, at the end of the day, I wanted to talk on the social media posting. See, maybe the man has worked all day. Yes, his work is very, very demanding. I think we should be very objective most times when we assess things. Be open minded. Yes, it might be the sole provider. He might have gone as early as 4 a.m. in the morning and come back looking at Lagos traffic. I'm just, creating a scenario around that social media post. And at that day, he did those things, even with, maybe he had a stressful day, and he still did all those things. Of course, for the woman to come out to appreciate him, I think. I mean, of course, it's worthy of appreciation. A lot of people are just bad belly. Let them breathe.
True,
Let
true,
you
true.
understand.
And let's appreciate our men more.
regardless.
Yes, let's learn to appreciate our men. Okay, there's this joke I stumbled on yesterday. The husband said, "Where in the Bible does it says a man's job is to wash dishes?" And the woman said, 2 Kings 21:13. It says, "And I will wipe Jerusalem as a man wipeth a dish, wiping it and turning it upside down." Well, I would just say that as a human being, you should learn to clean the mess around you. So it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. If the place is messy, please do well to clean it. It's not necessarily a woman's job or a man's job, as most people say. And then for couples, they should be very considerate. If your husband has been out there doing a lot, you can choose to do most of the things. And if your wife too has been doing a lot, you as a man can also choose to do most of the things. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in with us. Thank you for joining us from the beginning. And this is the end of today's podcast. I'm really excited. I'm so happy I had this conversation with you guys because I learned a lot. Thank you guys so much. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bell to get notified of all our videos. Thank you so much and have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.